Oral presentation 14. Knowledge, attitudes, and body weight perception among overweight and obese patients attending general medical clinics of a university hospital in Sri Lanka. The authors are Govindapala D.S., Gavashalia G., Munasinghe T. M.J., De Silva A.M.N. A.M.N.N. The presenting author is Faiz F.A.
Good morning. Our paper is on knowledge, attitude, and body weight perception among overweight and obese patients attending general medical clinics of a university hospital in Sri Lanka. As we all know, obesity is a complex, multifactorial, and a largely preventable disease. In 2016, 1.9 billion adults were overweight in the world. A community-based study done in Sri Lanka in 2009 showed that 25% of adults were overweight and 9.2% were obese. The World Health Organization describes obesity as the most visible but most neglected public health problem, and prevention and management of obesity largely depend on the knowledge, perception, and attitudes of patients. When we started the general medical clinics at the University Hospital KDU, a lot of patients who had been followed up in other institutions self-referred to the general medical clinics. And we found that BMI was very high in most of these patients. And to our knowledge, there had been no previous studies done among general medical clinics in Sri Lanka to assess these factors. So the objectives of our study were to evaluate the knowledge and attitude towards obesity and to describe the self-perception of body weight among overweight and obese patients. Ours was a descriptive cross-sectional study done in the general medical clinics at the University Hospital KDU. Our population included patients attending the above clinics for the first time with a BMI of 23 or more. We used consecutive sampling method. A structured interview-administered questionnaire was used to collect data. Height, weight, and waist circumferences were measured according to the WHO guidelines. These were the definitions used in our study based on the recommendations for South Asian population by the WHO. Obesity was classified as BMI over 27.5, overweight as BMI between 23 and 27.5, and central obesity was defined as waist circumference over 90 centimeters in males and over 80 centimeters in females. The data was analyzed through descriptive statistics, and Pearson chi-square tests were used to assess significance of categorical variables. Approval was obtained from the Ethical Review Committee of General Sir John Kothawala Defence University prior to commencement of the study. Our sample size was 245, of whom 69 were males and 176 were females. The mean age was 54.5 years. The majority of our participants were Sinhalese in ethnicity, and most of the participants had completed their O-level education. This table shows the distribution of our participants according to the base BMI and the waist circumference. If I could direct your attention to the last column, we can see that 50.6% of our participants were in the overweight category and 49.4% were in the obese category. And we found that central obesity accounted for 88% in our study participants. And the proportion of females was higher than males in both obese and centrally obese categories. With regard to the knowledge component of our study, 20% claimed to know what BMI is. Overall, 14% of participants knew that BMI was calculated using height and weight. And only 5% of the participants knew the ideal BMI range for a Sri Lankan adult. Our participants were given 4 weight categories and asked to pick which weight category they thought they belonged to. And this table shows a comparison between the actual BMI of the participant and what they thought their weight category was. So the participants who were actually in the overweight category, 39.5% of them had accurate perception, while in the obese category, only 10% had accurate perception as being obese. We found that the level of misperception of their body weight was higher with obese people, and this was tested with Pearson chi-square, which was significant. When asked what parameters the participants used to arrive at their perception, most stated that they used an objective weight measurement, and some had judged it based on their appearance, and few others had based it on others' comments. With regards to attitude, most of the participants considered losing weight as an important factor, and when asked for reasons, most agreed that it was because overweight and obesity is an important health problem, while 16% wished to change their appearance by losing weight. When asked what measures they had taken to lose weight, most had undertaken regular exercise or change in dietary pattern, while about 3.1% of participants stated they had started yoga or meditation as stress relieving strategies, and 1.9% of participants had sought healthcare providers' advice. In conclusion, knowledge in overweight and obesity was poor, and significant misperception of body weight was noted among the study group. Misperceptions of body weight were significantly higher among obese patients. Similar results were shown in studies by Jayawardene and others in 2016 and Mueller and others in 2014. With regards to the limitations in our study, this is an ongoing study in a single center, so the results cannot be generalized to the community, and the accuracy will be increased with the completion of the study. And with regards to data collection, response bias during data collection could have affected the results. We recommend to conduct multi-center studies and to assess knowledge, attitude, and perception among the overweight and obese individuals in the community so that the findings could be generalized to the patients in the community who have not sought medical advice yet. And we recommend interventions to be implemented to increase knowledge on obesity and change attitudes and perceptions among patients attending the general medical clinics. These are our references. We thank the Siloam College of Physicians for financial assistance through the CCP research grant. And we thank the director and staff of the University Hospital of KDU for allowing us to undertake this study and supporting us.
We can start with the questions.
Right. You initially mentioned that that there has not been previously conducted studies on the topic, but then there were some references to
the references were based on studies that have been done. One was from a foreign USA, Minnesota, where they had shown that the misperception of obesity was increasing, the misperception was higher with higher BMI. And another study had been done in Sri Lanka on cardiac patients in another hospital that was done in 2016. And the findings could not be generalized to general medical clinics. Since we wanted to find out how many of the patients in general medical clinics who come with non-communicable diseases are being overburdened by obesity, we wanted to find this study so that we can stimulate other researches that could be done among general medical clinics.
It was different in that study.
And there was only study to find that was done among patients. There was another similar study about misperception done among university students and to find out whether obesity had a relationship to the misperception.
So did you check whether their perceptions were related to their educational level or associated comorbidities? Supposing if they were diabetics, they would have better understanding of weight and about the weight.
Yes, madam. We started analyzing that, but due to the relatively smaller number of participants, we wanted that we carried out with the completion of the study to find out the various comorbidities and assess that in relation to what you just said, madam. We found that education level had a role to play, but majority of patients had completed their O-level education. So and there had been no one who had not received formal education at all. So the significance has not been made for O-level education, but maybe with a larger sample, we can check if the further education is affecting the perception.
If administered.
No, interview administered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.